Welcome back to the Explanation Pro. Today I'll recap a drama, history, war film called Escape from Sobibor, spoilers incoming. In 1942, SS Chief Heinrich Himmler launched Operation Reinhardt, Nazi Germany's final solution to the Jewish problem. 3 death camps were created and staffed under top-secret orders in eastern Poland, Belzec, Treblinka, and the most secret, Sobibor. After a year, on October 14, the largest and most successful prisoner revolt of World War II took place in Sobibor. In Sobibor of 1942, while a new trainload of Polish Jews was due to arrive, 3 detainees escaped. Meanwhile, Commandant Reich-Leitner tells the Jews in the railroad brigade to welcome the new people and make everything go smoothly. He then says they will kill anyone who panics or tries to run away. Later, the SS men divided the newly arrived people into 2 groups, separating women, children, men, old, and sick. Sergeant Wagner then delivers a welcome speech, informing the newcomers that they're in a work camp. Following that, other SS officials proceeded along the formed lines of convicts, picking a limited number of captives with trade skills, such as goldsmiths, sewists, shoemakers, and tailors, while the remaining prisoners are sent away to a different part of the camp from which a pillar of smoke rises day and night. After settling, the SS officers call for a roll call, and Wagner explains that the commandants want to remind them that they're in command of everyone inside the jail. He then tells them about what happened earlier when 3 prisoners decided to escape. He then shows them their dead bodies and yells that there's no escape in Sobibor, only death for those who try. Later, the commandants pay Shlomo Smajner and her brother a visit and request to see their works. Reich-Leitner then asks Shlomo what monogram he can do for him. So, Shlomo asks Reich-Leitner for his initials and draws them on paper. Reich-Leitner likes the seal and tells Wagner to ensure the boys have food, blanket, and clothes at the sorting sheds. They're disputing in the sewers chamber about the infant the prisoner is keeping in their room. Then, Wagner checks on them and asks if anyone has expertise with rabbits. Luca says she does because she raises rabbits and chickens at home and sells them at the market. Oberkapo then assists Luca with her new job. On the way, Oberkapo advises her not to make Wagner angry because the Nazis are insane, but he's the worst. Later that night, in their sleeping barracks, a brief brawl breaks out over a capo's food, and Leon intervenes. Itzhak Lichtman visits Leon and talks about Rabbi Schmeitzer, after which Leon requests that they continue their chat outside. He says that he and Samuel are organizing a small group and intend to flee Sobibor. Itzhak then asks if he can bring his wife and son, and when Leon asks who they're with, he replies they went to the showers with other ladies and children. Then, Leon informs him that Sobibor is a death camp and that every day a train arrives, killing everyone who goes to the showers. He also shows him the fire they can see from their barracks, telling him that it's their funeral. The SS men and other prisoners in charge exterminate them in gas chambers and cremate their corpses in large ovens, while the few prisoners kept alive in the other section of the camp have to do some tasks. They will sort the things of the murdered women and children, fix their shoes, recycle their clothes, and melt down any silver or gold. The following day, another train arrives on a rainy day. Reich-Leitner and Wagner come to examine the completed monogram in the goldsmith shop. After that, he orders Shlomo to design SS rings for his men. Wagner is left inside when Reich-Leitner goes and whips Shlomo despite his outstanding efforts. On the other hand, the SS soldiers are eating when Bauer arrives and informs them that the British have bombed Hamburg again. They're discussing how they gassed the Jews with Troivy, a prisoner who works as a butcher for them. Hearing it, then one of the SS men instructs to get Troivy out of there. While in the prison yard, Reich-Leitner and Wagner discuss the Jewish riot in Treblinka and how prisoners can also do it in Sobibor. Wagner says they won't be able to do this in their prison. Still, Reich-Leitner wants to take extra steps to ensure everything is good since they will get more transports per day as a reward for being efficient. While in the goldsmith shop, Bauer brings Troivy to work there and asks Shlomo for a custom gold piece. Even though Shlomo tells Bauer that Wagner has already told him what to do, Bauer insists on getting the gold piece for his whip. He also instructs Moses to deliver it to him the following day at 3 a.m. The next day, Leon and Samuel discuss their escape strategy and consider using a Ukrainian guard, because they're already bribing them to give them food. They think they can also get them to provide them with poison that the butcher can put on the SS food. The SS men then conduct their daily roll call. When Shlomo's brother Moses delivers the golden piece to Bauer, he notices the shower area, but there are no showers. Instead, they instruct everyone to remove all clothing, shoes, and accessories before proceeding inside to be exterminated. He also sees the dead bodies of women and babies, all twisted together. Then he realizes that their whole family is dead. Shlomo then goes to the sleeping quarters, looks for Leon, and then breaks down, telling the truth about Sobibor. Leon tells him he can't do anything about it but get revenge. Leon then describes his experience after learning that his wife and child had died. Wagner is making his rounds in the sewing room when he hears a murmur. The mother tries everything to keep the boy safe, but Wagner still takes him and tells the mother that he provides her a chance to live. The mother keeps getting her child, but Wagner offers her a chance to live, but the mother spits in his face. He then gets mad, shooting both the mother and the infant. Wagner pays a visit to the goldsmith shop the next day and inquires when Shlomo will finish all the rings. Wagner claims that Reichleitner orders him to close the goldsmith shop once he completes all rings. Shlomo will be in charge of the machine shop and have a crew of 4 or 5, including Moses. He also tells him to continue creating gold jewelry secretly for him and anybody he sends him. Other convicts, on the other hand, are chopping down trees when an elderly guy collapses. The capo quickly orders him to get up, but because he's struggling, the capo whips him 25 times, resulting in his death. After serving their meals, the guards ask 2 prisoners to fetch water from the stream, and 1 SS guard assists them. When they arrived at the stream, they assaulted the guard, took the firearm, and escaped. Meanwhile, the other SS guys are wondering what's taking them so long, so one guard checks them and discovers that 2 convicts have escaped and have firearms. Scharführer Wolf and 4 other guards respond instantly to this occurrence, with only a few guards observing them. The other 13 detainees attempt but fail to escape. Later, the guards led the convicts into the yard and ordered them to stand in front of the other detainees. Wagner tells them they will kill those 13 guys but then discloses that each man will be allowed to choose one of the captives as his death partner. Thus, 26 will die that day. No one is moving a foot, so one man speaks, stating that none of them will ever choose another prisoner to die alongside them at that time. Wagner then threatens to execute 50 captives if the 13 men don't select 13 to die alongside them. After that, the prisoners unwillingly choose. Before the execution, Wagner tells the other prisoners that anyone who closes their eyes or looks away will join the 26 prisoners. The SS troops then kill all 26 prisoners. Afterward, Leon talks to Shlomo to tell the others to gather at the goldsmith shop at 8 p.m. Later that night, they discuss their escape strategy, and Leon tells them they can't leave hundreds of people behind to be slaughtered. As a result, their escape strategy must include every prisoner in SOBIBOR. After they exchange ideas, they still have no final plans for their escape. The following day, Russian soldiers from the Soviet army arrived at the prison. A capo informs Leon that they're all Jewish and in prison to do hard labor in the North Camp. Later that night, Sasha Petrovsky, the leader of the Russian soldiers, arrives at the women's barracks to see Leon. Leon then tells him that he wants them to trust each other and that they might be able to create a way to survive beyond what the SS guys have planned for them. Then, Sasha tells his fellow soldiers about it, but they don't like it because they think they can handle it themselves and that Leon is just trying to use them. Sasha then states that Leon knows the location and that they might use him. The next day, an SS commands one prisoner in charge of the food to serve everyone's meals in 10 minutes. Despite his efforts, the SS guards are unsatisfied and continue to beat him. Sasha wishes to help him, but Leon prevents him by informing him that the guards will kill him. The guard then tells the capos to send the prisoners back to work, even though they haven't had their meals yet. Leon then warns Sasha that they only need them for as long as the trains keep coming in, so they must escape. Sasha and Leon meet in the evening to strategize. Sasha is concerned that the more people are aware of their strategy, the less likely they will succeed. Leon agrees and tells him everything must be a secret until the last minute, that everyone has a chance. Sasha asks for a detailed map of the entire camp, and Leon says he can acquire that and a good map of the minefields outside. Sasha also requests information on the SS and Ukrainian guards, including how many there are and what they do. Finally, he asked Leon how they might meet without being suspected. Leon replied that he should get him a girlfriend so he could come by the women's barracks every night, where the SS usually see Leon. Every night, Leon and Sasha, along with his girl, Luca, get together to strategize their strategy. They also meet with Abraham Weiss, an electrician, and wherein Sasha requests to cut the electrical wires and the telephone on the day of their escape. Sasha then asks Shlomo to create as many knives as he can. Leon says that for their plan to succeed, they must collaborate with at least one capo but be wary of Obercapo Berliner, who works with the Germans. Sasha then informs him to kill Berliner as soon as possible. The next day, some convicts, with the assistance of one capo, kill Berliner by beating him in the stomach and leaving no marks. On the other hand, Shlomo and Moses continue to make knives in the goldsmith shop. Sasha plans a way for each prisoner to escape by luring SS officers and NCOs one by one into the prisoners' dorms and work huts with the help of Trovy. Then, they will kill them there as quietly as possible. Once they kill all the Germans, the prisoners will line up in the columns and leave the camp as if following orders. They hope that the Ukrainian guards, not knowing what's going on and with no Germans to give an order or raise the alarm, will not interfere. The camp commandant departs for 3 days, taking Wagner with him. This is advantageous because the cruelest of the SS officers will be absent. They're ready to start their escape the next day, but 20 to 30 new SS soldiers show up at the jail, making it hard for them to carry out their plan, so Sasha decides to postpone. The plan entered into effect on October 14, 1943. Trovy draws SS officers and NCOs one by one into traps prepared by groups of prisoners armed with knives and clubs. They successfully slaughtered 11 Germans, but one officer, Karl Frenzel, accidentally evades his assailants, uncovers one of his colleagues' corpses, and raises the alarm. The convicts have gathered on the parade ground by this point, and Leon and Sasha, realizing the plan has been revealed, push the captives to revolt and depart. The camp, most of the 600 inmates rush for the perimeter gates, with some Jews using captured rifles to shoot their way past the Ukrainian soldiers. Other guards open fire from observation towers with machine guns, killing many escaping prisoners. The minefields surrounding the camp kill the other hopeful escapees. However, approximately only 300 Jews manage to make it to the forest and flee. As the survivors run deeper into the forest, legendary newscaster Howard K. Smith narrates the destinies of some of the survivors and uses their testimonies to make the film. Only around 50 of the 300 escaped inmates lived to see the war's conclusion in 1945. Sasha returns to Soviet lines and rejoins the Red Army, surviving the war. In contrast, Leon survives the war but is killed shortly after in a confrontation with anti-Semitic Poles. They bulldozed Sobibor to the ground after the rebellion, which was the largest escape from a prison camp of any type in Europe during World War II. The people planted trees on the site to eliminate any trace of its presence. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe my channel for more videos like this. See you in the next video.